In this video on Dorico 3.0, we are going to take a look at the new navigation techniques that are available to us in write mode. And I'm going to start in engrave mode using the arrows just to show how the navigation is quite a bit different now. In engrave mode, I have this note selected, and if I use my up arrow, it'll navigate me to the next graphic item. So here's my dynamics, there's a phrase marking, tie, note, and the down arrow takes me back through that pathway. Once I'm at this note, I could use my right arrow. It doesn't take me to the next note, rather to the stem, now to a note head, now to a flat. Well, this may be great when you want to manipulate visually the elements you have in your score, but if you actually want to write music, it's not such a good navigation technique. So let me jump to write mode, and let's take a look at the differences. So if you have a note selected in write mode, your left and right arrows will navigate from note to note in the same voice. So my left arrow just takes me through notes. That's all it's going to do. The up and down arrows are going to select the nearest note above or below your selected note. So if I use my down arrow now, I've navigated to the bass clef of the grand staff. I'm going to use my down arrow again. It takes me to the next staff. And if there are multiple notes in the staff, to the next note there. If I choose to use either control or command with the left and right and up and down arrows, I will get a different behavior. Let me jump back up to this note here. And using my left-right arrows with control or command, depending on your platform, you're going to navigate by bar. And you can see I'm going to the right by bar or measure, and now back to the left. If you prefer that old behavior, I'll talk about restoring it later in this video. If I do the same control or command modifier with the up and down arrows, I'm going to jump to the top of the system or the bottom of the system. So I'm going to hold down command on the Mac, use the up arrow. It takes me up here. If I hold down the command key and use the down arrow, takes me down to the bottom here. Tab and Shift Tab, which used to navigate you to the next and previous measure, now navigate you through staff items that share the same rhythmic position. So I'm going to select this note here. And at this point in time, I'm going to use the Tab key, and you'll see it navigate through the dynamic down here and through the slur up here. And then back to the note. If you've advanced your selection, you can add the Tab key to the Shift key and reverse the rotation. And Shift Tab will bring you ultimately back to the note, and that's where you'll stop with that selection. Additionally, you can navigate through like items using the left and right arrows. Let me get out of page view into galley view here. And I'm going to go ahead and select my harp pedaling here. And with the right arrow, I'll navigate down to this harp pedaling and to this harp pedaling. Left arrow, I can go back. I think you'll find this very useful to navigate through like items on the same staff. So as I mentioned, in previous versions of Dorico, Tab and Shift Tab took you to the next or previous bar line. If you like that behavior and want to restore it, you need to go to your key commands. So I'm opening up my preference, Command, comma, on the Mac. I have key commands selected. You can go to Selection and Navigation. Open that up. And look for Navigate to the next bar line, which we have right here. You could assign Tab to this function. Here's your navigate to previous bar line. That would be Shift Tab. If you still want to have the ability for key commands to cycle through items at the same position, you can assign key commands to navigate to next item at position and navigate to previous item at position. Let me hit Escape to get out of this. And that's all I'd like to cover in this tutorial, and catch you on the next one.